Hello and welcome to my video on Windows 8. I'm basically doing a big in-depth video on Windows 8, basically telling people what Windows 8 is about. Hang on guys. Okay, so this is the start screen, so it's the screen it starts up with. It's quite boring at the moment. There's obviously my email address up there, which is going to be blacked out. If you want to contact me via email, dan8891@yahoo.com is the email address to go with. I'll put it down in the description below. If anybody does want to send me an email, it might be .com or .co.uk. I think it's .com. I'll have a look into that. I'm going to leave it down at the bottom anyway. Now you've got 3 sign-in options, which is new to Windows 8. You've obviously got your password, that's just classic. You can type in a pin now. You've got 4 numbers, a 4-number pin, and you have a picture password, basically where you click 3 different parts off the screen, and it basically logs you in. So this is mail handy when you have touchscreen, but you can use mouse to do so. Obviously I've set this picture up. I don't use it so often. I use pin or password, but I'll use these depending on times. So these could be really useful if you ever forget your password. Obviously power options, and then you've got the actual options down here. So you got your power options, you've got restart, shutdown and sleep, and then your thingy options down here: narrator, magnifier, on-screen keyboard, high contrast, not sure what that does, sticky keys, pressing shift 5 times down or holding it down will not turn on sticky keys, and filter keys is also off as well. That's nice because I hate sticky keys when they keep popping back up on Windows. So this is new. I'm just going to type login. So when we log in, I'm just going to take it down to the start menu. So this is a new start menu. You've probably seen the tiles before, but these are the tiles basically on my computer. We've got the store, the maps, people, and some of the ones I've also downloaded. I've downloaded Air Soccer and Train Titans, Xbox Live Games, Pinball, Effects 2, Calendar, Music, Cut the Rope, Photos, Reader, Camera, Video, Pirates Love Daisies, Camtasia Studio 7, Mail, Finance, Xbox Companion, SkyDrive, Remote Desktop, Messaging, Windows Explorer, Solitaire, Desktop, Weather, Biological Piano, and Fizzamajig. Now the ones I've downloaded is Air Soccer, Train Titans, Cut the Rope, Biological Piano, and Fizzamajig, and Pirates of Daisies. This one come when I opened up Camtasia Studio for the first time. This popped up. And is now on there, which is quite handy because I do use Camtasia. But we're going to go through some of these apps. Well, we're going to go for all of the apps actually. I'm basically just give you a bit of a talk about what goes on. So next thing we're going to talk about is the apps. So we're going to go first into the store. It's the first one there. And we're going to open up the store. Here's the store. And it's quite easy for touch because you can just swipe your fingers between it like I'm doing right this very second. And you can see we can move straight through, but you can do it with a mouse. There's a scroll bar down the bottom here, and you can scroll left and right, etc, etc, like you would on any other web page. But I think it's just easy with a touchscreen. And you can find social, like WordPress, entertainment, and all different categories. Photo buckets there, WordPress, no, UCam is actually a free application, which I was surprised about. Let's just, okay, so you can click on these, and you can click on a different title. So games, here's some games. Scroll across to Spotlight. There's some information there. Top 3, top paid, all stars, new releases. Click music and video. There's different things there for. And different things there, and you can basically bring these up. And I'm going to install Grantophone, so I'll click install, and you see it comes up with some full bars. Hang on, it's just going to ask me for a password. try that. As you can see, it comes up with some blue things across here. It says installing 2 apps. I can click on here. It's at the moment it's installing Train Times, then it's also downloading Grantophone. So once it's installed, I hear a duh. That basically tells me it's installed. So if I go back onto the start menu by just pressing the start button on Windows, it takes you back. And here's Grantophone. There it is. There was another one I'm just looking at there. I can go back into the store again. We will look at. There was one I wanted to download a minute ago. Oh, Autodesk Sketchbook. So install that. See the blue lines go. And we wait for them. We keep the store, which says installing 2 apps again. We're waiting for this. Oh, hang on. Sometimes it won't fail. You just press restart, and it will restart the application. It's now installing. And I've heard we go back into the apps. So that's basically the store book there. Simple. Next we're going to go into Maps. This is the Maps application. It's run by Bing, obviously being Microsoft, which is not very good. So this is the world map run by Bing. Which is obviously, it's again orientated for touch. Windows 8 has been really based around touch, so obviously I can touch the screen, but at the moment I'm just using my mouse. Okay, we can click my location, and your location cannot be found. I have reported this to Microsoft though. Show traffic. If I can find traffic updates, probably in America, I think that's where they'll mostly be. If I go down this road, show traffic, yeah, it doesn't want to do that either. Map style, obviously aerial or road view. You can do that. Obviously there's no street view because it's not Apple, but you can do that there, and also leave them feedback. Attach image, would you recommend this app to a friend? Bing map application feedback, report problem, give compliment other, and then type of a thing there. Obviously you can search for location as well up there if I look for. I think that's how you spell it, or just do a search and obviously know things are. Just try Ohio, I know that place. Click Ohio, search, no search fan. So that's actually a rubbish application. And you can also get directions, but again it's useless, so we're going to click start again. And we're going to go into People app. And it looks like this. I haven't played around with People app much, but you can contact his different people I know. These been bought off my Facebook. Obviously you can connect your Twitter, LinkedIn, and Microsoft Exchange, and you can add more accounts, Google and Hotmail. What's new? Basically brings you up with some headlines from Facebook or Twitter or whatever you've got on there, and here we've just got a nice picture. Sometimes waiting 3 turns to get out of jail can take a long time, as these fans have found out the hard way. So that's yeah, obviously, and me as well. Obviously it's just loaded up me. I'm following each radio on Spreaker. This is all my Facebook. Notifications, my photos, etc, etc, etc. I'm connected to Metro, Facebook and Google at this specific moment in time. I'm going to connect my Twitter. My one's coming at the moment. So yeah, and I can click on things and bring it up, and I can like and do things as well from here. Specifically just click like and all sorts of different things. From that I haven't really experienced. You can add a comment, I'll put admin test. You can comment there. Yeah, so basically that's what it's like. Obviously people need, this one's called Air Soccer. Now this is probably the worst application I've ever downloaded. I'm going to quickly go through it. It's probably the worst application I've ever downloaded, seriously. How do we do it? So I'm going to click England, obviously that's my home field. You can pick a field line just like that one. You can pick a ball, you can pick 1 player or 2 players. Tournament, and etc. You click 1 player and play. You pick who you're going up against. I'll go up against USA. Out of it. That is absolutely a horrible game. This one we've got is Autodesk Sketchbook Express. You've just seen me download it, and this is basically what it looks like. I start it. Yeah, I accept. We can pick, say, a colour, and this is a bit like Paint. Obviously a slower version, but it works. Just. Is it multi-touch integrated? Obviously not, no. This one's really slow application. Look, if I dab here, if I do a line from here to here, it's, yeah, as you can see, obviously Paint. You've got, it's a bit like Paint, this you've got different applications, paintbrush, pens and airbrushes, rubbers, pens, paint, pots. Like the fill button, and you can obviously change the colour and move these tiles around and do cool gadgets like that. So we'll go back out of that. This is a slow application, and we're going to go into Xbox Live Games. Is it Xbox Live? Yeah, Xbox Live Games. Okay. So I'm just bought 4 and Xbox Live Games app preview, and we've got Spotlight, and you can't sign in. Okay guys, I've had these problems earlier. Okay, at the moment it's actually not supported in England. Yeah, that's a bit useless. So, but when that comes available, you should be able to see what you're doing on Xbox Live. I don't know, because obviously I can't access it because I'm not in the same region. This one's going to go into Pinball Effects 2. Now this game is absolutely brilliant. I spent definitely was the first game ever with Windows 8. Basically revamped Pinball, and it's absolutely amazing. It basically uses different true controllers at the end, rather than stupid controllers like previous and 7 years. It's just using true controls, just true control buttons at the end. The game is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to playing it. Start up.
Sorcerer's Lair.
We should have special combat moving. We're gonna.
Welcome to the Sorcerer's Lair.
It just starts going crazy. I'm probably gonna play this. There's 4 flappers.
so soon.
There's a secret door here.
How dare you come here?
Can I have the ball back, please?
Magnificent!
I'll exit out of the game. Hey, next one's a calendar app. Bring this open. Waiting. Okay, guys, here it is. This is called App Preview. You can actually drag the app down and clip it. I think this is Windows 8's way of basically having basically having side by side, but I'm not specifically sure. If I just see if I can open up another app quickly at the side, we'll open the store and quickly drag this down. I can have two apps open at the same time, so I can be checking the date and have this open as well. Oh, that's something new. You can actually move left and right by pressing the scroll wheel on the store. You can open them, but we're not. We're just going to go straight into the calendar. To open it, we just click and drag that open. And here it is. So, at the moment, it's on the 2nd of March 2012, Friday, which it is. I can add a message. So, where, when, start, how long, 1 hour, how often, reminder, status, calendar, who, and then private. So cancel back out of there. Music. This is the music app. Now this is probably another bad app because at the moment it might get better, but it's meant to have music collections. Again, I can't sign in because I'm out of region, so I can close it out again. But here's the music. There was 4 tracks, and it basically plays the music. So it's called I'm just playing Ha Ha, and it should tell me now playing Ha Ha, music artist now playing unknown artist, Ha Ha. So the next game we're going to go to is Train Titans. It doesn't actually like to install this game. I'll just see if it works. We'll go like that. Okay, we're going to go into Photos app. This is another app and this is obviously brings up firstly Instagram, let's go back to the start, and here's some photos of me. Now it brings up my photo library, which is obviously on my computer, Facebook, SkyDrive and Flickr. There's nothing in them too at the moment, but they will be updated soon. We open Facebook up and it should bring up Instagram cover December the 1st. It brings up all the files which are on my homepage on Facebook. They're all here, and I am getting around to sharing them on. I'm also trying to get around to sharing them on my page, but that will be done. Then see some Instagram photos. Obviously I can bring up my Instagram photos. Obviously there's my dog with a candy collar, which I am going to make a review about at the start. There's my greyhound running in the snow, snowman, my dog one liking the snow, this one loving the snow, this one just about to be hit by a snowball, Holly just been hit by a snowball, Holly standing there waiting for more snowballs to be hit at her, again being hit by a snowball, me warming my hands up. Me and the drink. And that's basically it. I can obviously bring up all the different apps. Obviously cover photos, December the 1st, December the 1st, 18th November, wall photos, video, mobile uploads, fun in your name, photos, tag my pals, low cam, the top followers, to 2nd of November 2010, photos, tag my pals, photos and gender, DSI, and Farmville. So let's exit back out of that, and we're going to go into the Reader app. Oh, and it's actually bringing me photos up as well, which looks quite nice. You can turn it off. It's also telling me the date on here. Obviously, again, it's on there as well. So some of them have live tiles, which basically continue, like this one's showing me my pictures. I might put it up there actually. It's basically showing me my pictures as well, which is quite nice. So we're going to go next to Reader. Now the Reader app is basically for reading PDFs or XPS documents. I haven't got any that I know of, so I can't show you. Okay, but yeah, basically that's how you read PDFs in Windows 8. Go out of there again into the camera app. Just give me a second, guys, when I quickly plug in a camera. Actually, the camera should be plugged in. Maybe. I can swear my webcam's plugged in, but I don't think it likes my webcam. It's a Microsoft Live Cam, so it should do. Let me just quickly have a look, guys. I'm just going to go behind my computer and just see if there's a webcam plugged in. Maybe not, I don't know. There is a bit of a palaver down here, I do apologise, guys. Yeah, webcam is plugged in. Obviously it doesn't want to bring up my camera for me, which isn't helpful, but yeah, sorry about the rustling, guys. It's me trying to put my things behind my desk away, so I can't bring up the camera. I can't show you that, I'm afraid. But next up is videos. I haven't used this one yet, I haven't logged on. So we're going to see what it does. We're going to experience it together. So accept. I do accept. I don't know what I'm accepting, but I do accept it. And here it basically brings up your videos. So this is the new Poly version of Windows Media Player. I'd actually rather have Windows Media Player than this, but hey. And it obviously tells you now playing as well on there. So the next one's Cut the Rope. I'll again be doing another great big tutorial on this, me playing it. But for the start, we're going to go. Is it good? Here. I'll be playing that. So let's cut the rope. Again, that's an app I installed. Obviously the Photos app, which is down there, which I've showed you. Next up we'll go to is the Mail app. No, I can't show the Mail app again, guys, because it wants a Microsoft Exchange account or Google Plus. Obviously there's nothing in my Google inbox. But you can basically compose mail, etc, etc, etc. You can add it, remove, edit, etc, etc. Obviously it needs a Microsoft account, Exchange account, or a Google Plus account. I do have a Google Plus account, but I tend to use the AOL account, which is run by Google. It's an old story, guys. Here's finance. Now then, this is probably one of my apps which I will never ever use in my entire life. It doesn't mean sense to me. GM and Peugeot partnering on platforms, and they've gone down, but doesn't make any sense to me. All I understand is Microsoft gone up. Bowen have gone down. When I checked this morning, they're actually gone up. Ford have gone up. General Electrics, they went down. They were up this morning. So there's some things which I'll look at, but not much, because it doesn't mean 3-year ARM. They went down. It was up this morning. Was that good or bad? I don't know. If anybody could easily explain finance to me, please leave a message down below, guys. I'll be so grateful. Experts Companion. Now then, that is again something to do with the Xbox. Obviously I don't have one, but if I do get one, I will be attempting to have a play about with that and just basically see what it does. Obviously I'm not sure exactly what it does. Oh, it's not supported in my region. Terrific. I won't be experiencing what it does. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. I had somebody on the phone who needed me. Ow. I've just banged my leg, so obviously I had to cut. I'll have to trim the video. So where were we? We want the Xbox Companion. Next one we're going to go to Pirates Love Daisies, which is another app which I downloaded from the store. And what I'm in, my leg is now injured. I've just been re-listening to the part that I just recorded. So we're going to go and start the game. We're going to try Rally. Just so I don't make a fool of myself. Yeah. But basically, this is what I tell you this game.
Reporting for duty.
Ahoy there!
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
I'm just going to mute it, but you basically have these people that come in, and you can see they attack you, and they attack these people. Well, I'll Billy, because I know there's some things going to come. So these seagulls here are going to be attacked by Billy. They should be anyway. If I add a Scarlet, he might help take that bird out. Here we go, and
Ahoy there!
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Basically what the game's all about.
Ahoy there!
Reporting for duty.
Ahoy there! Reporting a move! Reporting a forward! Reporting a forward!
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
down to here, which I'll be talking about in a few minutes, and it opens your internet up and actually brings it onto Twitter for you. Let me just quickly log into Twitter. Okay, and then you can see I scored 282,500 points on Romanian Pirates Love Daisies. Click tweet, and so the first time I've had all 6 saved, and it was online, which is brilliant. Okay, it's Camtasia Studio 7. That's not something that comes. It basically comes later on. It's something that I downloaded, and I've now got an app on there for me. SkyDrive. Again, not an app that I've played with yet. Documents, pictures, and public. So you can obviously add all them to here. Add them onto SkyDrive. You can choose add. You can actually add. You should be able to add them. Add. You should be able to click add and do something, but I can't see that. I don't know where that is, but hey. And next we've got remote desktop, which is just the same as on there. And you basically can type in the email address, send a remote desktop, and basically control somebody's desktop from here. But I think you actually have to have a network set up, which I don't. Messaging. Now this is another bad app, which I think. I can get Windows Messenger, and then I'm meant to be connected to Facebook, and I can't chat with anyone. So if anybody knows why that is, or knows where the Facebook integration is, please tell me in the description below, and I will thank you for doing so. Hang on guys, I've just got that's better. Okay, so back out of there again. We're going to go into in Windows Explorer again. This just takes us out of here and opens up the libraries, documents, pictures, music, and etc. But I'll be talking about that in a few minutes. And next we've got a solitaire game. It's the same as in XP7, Vista, etc. Solitaire is there. You can play the game as solitaire. It is taking a little while to load up. I don't know why. Actually, solitaire is normally slow. Oh, it's just crashed. Normally solitaire is slightly slow. Here we go. It's just going to open up. And if anybody has actually noticed recently, and you can see you play the game of solitaire like that. 19 queen. 9. Yeah. I'm slightly stuck, but there. That's the game of solitaire. And next is another game that I uploaded. This is called Grantophone. Probably you can't, but you can do various different things. And there's rooms here like filter renaissance, vibrator range, noise, tune. So if I just turn them up and just see what they sound like. You see a drum sound if you turn them all up. Yeah, and you can obviously see if I TV. Absolutely horrible. Up next we got desktop. I'll show you that in a minute. Weather. Okay guys, I'm going for another quick break. Just give me 1 sec. I do apologise if there was a gap there. Reason being, I've just I had a break and I've now just come back only 3 days later to finish off this video. I had some trouble with Windows 8, but that will be all covered in my review. But we were just about to start the weather app, so let's open the weather app up and let's have a look inside. Okay, at the moment it says it's 43 degrees, showers, feels like 46 degrees, AccuWeather, wind end north-northwest, 26 miles per hour, visibility 10 miles, humidity 80%, barometer 30 inches. Now this is coming from a website called AccuWeather. Now then, that is not accurate. At the moment, it isn't raining. It was raining yesterday. It's not raining now. It doesn't feel like 46 degrees. Hang on, I just need to check that. Just make sure I am not embarrassing myself. Hang on a minute, guys. If I'm wrong, please just correct me in the thing down below in the comments section. If that circle is degrees, if it's not, please correct me. But it's certainly not raining. I know that much. So this picture of rain doesn't work. It was raining yesterday, but it's not raining now. And it said me 3 PM we got light showers. No, we haven't. Now, it's picked up my location is in Ely. I'm about 20 miles from Ely. So, really, I just got to get converter up. So I'm about 20 miles off. So I'm about 32.1868 kilometers. I don't have much dealing with kilometers. I usually use miles. That's what people teach me nowadays. Visibility 10 miles. Yeah, that's sort of correct, although I can't really see 10 miles from here. Barometer 30 inches. Well, it always says that. It says that every day. So 3 PM rain. No, it's not. 12 AM light showers. No. Some of it was correct. Yesterday it said it was going to snow at 9 o'clock and it started snowing at 4 o'clock. So this isn't actually correct. And again, it's coming off Bing weather and they can only locate me about 20-30 miles off where I am, which is stupid. Okay, up next we've got I'm just going to show you a biological piano. And I didn't realise you can actually turn the volume down. You can hear what I'm doing. So it might be wise, guys, to turn your volume down now. But this is basically what this does. You select different. Pitch bend as well. So I'll use this with a touchscreen. So that's basically what that does. But enough of that. Up next is probably one of the most stupidest apps ever. It's called preivew. Just waiting. So let's have a look at this one. This is called Car on Ramp. It's all to do with physics. And you can draw things and have them turn into objects. If I turn this square in, and I can just see if I can make a machine. And that's basically what that does. You can create a new drawing. If I just see if I can make a vehicle. Yep, no, I need to make complete circle, circle, square. Yeah, if we just do this circle, another circle, and just move that out of the way. Oh, isn't even. Oh, hang on. Just let me try this one again, guys. So, tools, circle, one circle. Gonna copy and paste? No. Two circles. Try a box. Put that on top. Tools. Joint. Dump, dump. Dump, dump. Dump, dump. Tools. Join. Join. There we go. And that is one box, but it's not really a fun app. Next up, we've got. Okay, basically these guys are links to apps I've got on my computer. Obviously, Camtasia Recorder, which is obviously what I use to record my screen. Playcore. That's something which is a new app which I'm going to try and use to record gameplay. Microsoft Word 2010. We all know what that is. It's a Word document. And Camtasia Theatre, which is obviously allows me to play my Camtasia recordings. And this is another app. I think we went over this app. So it just looks a little bit different. The only app which comes here, which is pre-standard, is Internet Explorer, which I've removed. It's basically a tile with that E. It's basically that E there on the tile. It's a bit plain, and obviously I hate Internet Explorer, so I wiped it from the menu completely. Up next, up here we have my email address, which obviously will be blanked out because I don't want everybody looking at that. But up next, I'm going to show you how to find all the apps in the computer. So we haven't got a start menu anymore. Well, we have, but we don't have an exact start menu where you can just press start and bring up a menu and then go into all programs. So, and not all my apps are on here in my start box. So to find my apps, wait, stop messing with my computer. I have to be able to find what I'm looking for. Now to do that, I go into the start menu. I'm on Windows 7. I'm just pressing the start button, which is next to Control and Alt, and also next to Alt GR and the right click button on the keyboard, next to near the spacebar on the Windows computer. We're gonna go into. We're gonna right click. I'm gonna click here, and it should bring up this menu. Make sure you haven't got anything selected, because if you have something selected, when you right click, it will just bring that up. So you need to right click in any empty space. So right click and it says say all apps. Click on all apps, and here we've got a whole list of apps on my computer. Again, you can scroll left and right with the scroll wheel, drag this bar, or if you've got touchscreen, just flick. I've got a touchscreen, but I choose to use a scroll wheel. So here we have all the apps which are already on the start menu. So all these apps here on the start menu are listed here. So I believe, well, most of the apps I think are listed here, not all of them. So some apps like Windows Media Player, that isn't on there. Windows Media Center isn't on there. Windows Live Photo Gallery, Windows Live Movie Maker, them aren't, but they are listed in the App Center. Next we go into Acer. So this is anything to do with my computer. So my e-recovery management, Acer Updater, Hotkey, Utility, Identity Card, and Welcome Center. Again, most people won't have that, but it's just that I've obviously got an Acer machine. Acer Game Zone, again, not for everybody unless you've got an Acer. Acer Game Center Zone Console, Acer Game Zone Online, Spill and Richie. Acer System Series User Guide, and then you get Camtasia Studio 7, Camtasia Menu Maker, Player, Recorder, Studio, Theatre. Clearfy Sharing Center, again via Acer, Coral Video Studio Pro X4, and user guide, coupon printer, coupon gallery, and install instructions. Cyberlink Power Director 10, Cyberlink Power DVD 11, Cyberlink Wave Editor, Dropbox website. Again, it's got the picture of my internet browser on there, because obviously it's an internet file. Electric sheet, run full screen, running the Windows, settings and website. Any games that are on my computer: Age of Empires Online, games for Windows Marketplace, Microsoft Flight, Spell and Witcher Adventures in Time. Add a device, HP, add a device, configure network device and help, HP start web printing, update, product registration, product support website, readme, add a device. Oh yeah, it's something to do with my computer, go away. Right, go back into there. Where are we? HP. Flash setup guide, which obviously I can see is a flash. Shop for HP supplies and then install. iDrive for Windows help, iDrive for Windows, iDrive for Windows monitor. And we're not going to go through all them, but some Intel things, Logitech. Basically, they're all my apps. And say for example, I want to put something on my menu. I will put Outlook. I right click and it comes up with a menu by the bottom. It says pin to start, unpin from taskbar, uninstall, open new window. It say unpin from taskbar. It will normally say pin to taskbar, which is obviously the normal taskbar which you'll find in Windows, which I'll talk about when we get to it. But I've already attached it, so I can only unpin it, uninstall it, open new window, run as an administrator, or open file location. So I don't want to do any of that. I just want to pin to start. So I click pin to start. And it's done. I'll click start, and there it is, Outlook Office 2011 with that. And it basically has done the tile for me. So I'm just going to add it there. And you can move it about and stick it wherever you want it. So that looks like that. That is basically that. And that's basically how you find all your other apps. I'm going to take a break now, guys, but don't worry, it'll just continue to the next part because I need to trim this video. Okay, and again, I do apologise if there was a bounce in that video. It is me, as I've just come back to it the day after. And again, I'm just trying to get through most of this video. So we started off with, I was just showing you how to access the apps. The next part I'm going to show you is basically how to change the settings. So I'm going to show people how to access the lock screen, how to change the settings on the lock screen. If I quickly show you the lock screen, it looks like this. I think this is what we should quickly do. First, at the moment, this is my picture. It's a freestanding picture. We have the time. It is 14:05. And the date is the 6th of March, and my wireless signal. Now, to get into this, back onto the login screen, we can do multiple options. If you have a touchscreen computer, you just flick it up. With a mouse, you can just drag it up, or you can just press any key. So if I just press, for example, the T button, it takes you into the thing and menu. And again, I showed you the sign-on options earlier. How about the picture, the password and the pin? So I'm just going to quickly log back in again. I'm going to quickly show you how to change all the preferences. So the first thing we need to do is make sure there's no menu. So basically we just want a plain start menu. Down in this little corner there's a magnifying glass and 4 dots. If we click on that, hang on guys. If you just hover over that, you should see we get a menu to the right of the screen. And if we hover over that, we see we get the date, my wireless signal, the date and the time. And here we have settings, devices, start, share and search. I'm going to quickly go over these now. But we're going to go into the settings menu. And hopefully, and it's just freezing. hang on a minute, guys. I do apologise. My computer is just frozen. There. So it brought up this menu, and we have it says start. We have settings, help, and then this is the internet, sound, screen brightness, notifications, power, and the keyboard settings. And it says more PC settings. So if we first go into more PC settings, it will bring up this button here, and it says PC settings. And we have personalised users, notification search, share, general, privacy, devices, easy access, sync your settings, home group, and Windows updates. So if we go into personalise, then lock screen, this is the first one it comes up with. We can select a picture. So any picture we like. I just like that one. I also like that one. That's also quite a nice one. And obviously you can pick your own picture as well in there. But I'm going to choose to have that one. If we click the start screen, you can choose a background. You can't have a picture, but you can choose a background. So there's that one, which is just plain. And you can see around here there's some stripes. So I just do circles, some more stripes, some more stripes, some more stripes, and some more stripes. And you can change the background colour. So we've got this blue colour, brown, blue, purple, pink, red, dark brown, green, silvery grey, and I'm just going to put it on blue because I like that picture. And then we have a count picture. At the moment there isn't one. I just need to get around to updating that, but we can browse, we can pick a picture with webcam, account picture apps. It's going to say to connect to camera. That needs to be configured at the moment, guys. I'll hopefully get back when I've put on my my webcam, which isn't actually a very good webcam. I use a big camera when I'm doing my YouTube videos, but hey. Next we go into users. It says your account, my email again, which will be blurred out. You can switch to a local account, but your settings won't sync between the PC you use. Well, I won't switch to a local account, but basically what this does is basically if I log out here and log onto another Windows 8 machine, all my apps come onto that computer basically. Sign in options, so I can change my password, I can change my picture password, I can remove a picture password, I can change my PIN, remove my PIN, and I can add other users to the PC. If you're going to, basically if you click on that, you put your email address in, and if you don't want to use a sign in, and you basically click on with a local account. That's how that would work. It just makes my life easier with my Microsoft account. If I go into where it says notifications, it says show app notifications, which is on. Show app notifications on the lock screen, again that's on. And play notification sounds, again that's on. And it says show notifications from these apps. Messaging on, music on, video on, Xbox Companion on, Xbox Live Games on. If we go into search, we can delete history. So basically that will clear any history that any of the apps have gathered. Any Metro apps, I must say, not Aero apps. Let Windows, basically if anybody didn't know, Aero is the original, is the start screen which we've got now. And Aero is the one at the back, like the desktop with the classical. So Metro is one with all tiles, Aero is the desktop. So, and then I've got Windows 7 searches of future search engines on, and show the apps I search most often at the top on. Use the app to search, finance on, mail on, maps on, music on, people on, photos on, saw on, video on, weather on, Xbox Companion on, Xbox Live Games on. So if we're going to share a list of how I share most often on. Items in list, you can pick your number from 1 to 20. How show apps I use most often at the top of the app list. Again, that's on. Use the apps to share, mail on. If we go into the general, time 14/12 and 6th of March 2012. The date and the time. I'm on UTC Dublin, Edinburgh, Lisbon and London. Adjust for daylight saving time automatically is on. Then it says app switching. Allow switching between recent apps. I think that's on. And you can obviously delete history. Touch keyboard. Show suggestions as a type. On. Add a space after I choose the text suggestion. On. Add a period after I double tap the space bar. On. Capitalize the first letter of each sentence. On. Use all uppercase when I double tap the shift key. On. Play key sounds as I type. On. And make the standard keyboard layout available. Off. Then we've got spelling. Autocorrect misspelled words. On. And highlight misspelled words. On. Then we've got language. Obviously we can change the input methods, keyboard layouts and languages. We can do that all from there. Refresh your PC without affecting your files. So if it isn't running well, you can refresh without losing your photos, music, videos and other personal settings. That could be quite useful. Reset your PC and start over again. So basically, that's basically like a re-clean install. And advanced startup. So start up an device with this, such as USB or DVD. Change Windows startup settings or restore Windows from a system image. This will restart your PC. And basically, that's like system restore. So if your computer's not working, you may want to reset your PC or do an advanced startup. Then we've got privacy. Let app choose my location. On. Let app choose my name and account picture. On. And help Windows improve store by sending notes from the web content that apps use. And again, I've put on. And obviously you can access the privacy statement, which obviously opens up a web page. But let's go back into what I was doing. If we go back into where it says here, devices, we click on here. And here we go, these are all the devices. This would normally be in the start tray in Windows 7, it's now on here. So in biometric code processor, that's my fingerprint reader. Cyber Rat 9 wireless mouse, which is obviously my mouse. Dan PC, that's my laptop downstairs, I believe. G19 gaming keyboard. Why is that twice? I don't know, but that's obviously my keyboard. Generic non-PMP monitor. That's my touchscreen monitor. HP Office C477 series number 2. My printer. Again, my printer. My live cam. Oh, it's actually plugged in. Oh, that's strange. Oh, okay, so I can't use the webcam feature on here. So that's obviously my webcam. Microsoft XPS document writer, which is something to do with Office. Remote download wireless adapter. That is, I believe, I'm not sure which one that is. That is my pen drive. Center OneNote 2010, again Office. T230H, which is my actual, it's the same as this, guys. It's my monitor. Turtle Beach PX21 headset, obviously my headset, which I'm talking through now. US 2.1 video capture controller. That is the EasyCap. Whether the EasyCap works on Windows 8, I haven't actually tried it. A USB disc. No, the wireless adapter is my wireless adapter for my internet. USB to 20X is my pen drive. Metered internet connection. Download device offers on metered connection. Turn this off to help prevent extra charges. I've just turned that off. Then we're going to the ease of access center. High contrast off if we just turn it on. Okay, whether anybody can see that I don't know, but I can. It's basically a blue screen that says please wait if you can't see it. Cancel? Will you cancel? Will you cancel? No, obviously not. Okay, guys. Okay, it's done something very, very strange. It's made this black and yellow. Okay, guys, it's just turned the. I'm just going to reset that. Yeah, there we go. I'm just putting the classic colours back on. Basically, it basically just makes it into an easier screen. Make everything on your screen bigger. No. Tab through web pages and apps using carpet browsing. Correct browsing? What is that? Let me just quickly bring that up. Correct browsing. Hang on. I have no idea. If anybody knows, please leave me a message down below. I'll be very, very grateful. Let's get back into the settings app. Right, here's the settings. Pressing Windows plus the volume up will turn on, and I've got narrator. You can change it to nothing magnify narrator on screen keyboard. Show notifications for 5 seconds, 7 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute to 5 minutes. I've just got it for 5 seconds. And you can also change your cursor thickness. Sync your settings. Sync settings on this PC. On. This is settings to sync. Colors, background, lock screen, and account picture. On. Desktop personalization. Theme taskbar, more. On. Ease of access. High contrast. The narrator magnifier, more. On. Language preference. Keyboards, other input methods, display language, and more. On. App settings. Settings in your apps. On. Browser settings. History, bookmarks, and favorites. On. Of Windows settings, Windows Explorer mouse settings. On. And sign in info for some apps, websites, network, and home group. On. And then it says metered internet connection. Sync settings on metered internet connection. Turn this off to prevent extra changes. Again, I've got that turned off. I did show you that in ease of access. Again, I'm going to have to trim my fingers. I just need to quick get some water because I really am dry. My mouth is dry. Really, really dry. Okay, that will have to be trimmed. I'm just having some water at the moment, guys, to make my mouth less dry. I could say something rude there, but maybe not. Okay, let's go to home group, and then it says libraries and devices. It says when you share content, other home group members can see it, but only you can change it. So basically, this is for home groups. I don't have a home group set up, so nobody can see this. So documents shared, music shared, pictures shared, video shared, printers and devices shared. That doesn't make any difference. Media devices allow devices such as TVs and game consoles to play on my shared content. I could probably put that on. If anyone wants to join my home group, give them this password. Again, that's going to be blocked out. If you leave this home group, you won't be able to get to shared libraries or devices. But I'm not going to leave. A Windows update. It is basically, so you set to install automatic install updates. No important updates are available. Check for updates daily. We last checked updates for today. For quickly check for updates. So we're going to check for updates. Amazing. So everything's good. So that's basically how to change the settings. Let's just go back into the settings bar again, and we have the start. So if we just go back into the settings, So here we just press that button again here and click the settings button. So what I did right at the very back just before I did that little bit, click settings, and we obviously saw this bit. Now we can obviously change notifications on and off, and I'll talk more about that in a few seconds. But we have start. It says underneath start we have settings and we have help. So let's click on settings, and basically we have some very basic settings. Show administrative tools. I could probably put yes on. I don't know what they are, but hey. Clear personal information to my tiles. Clear. I'm not going to do that though. Data use for tile updates. After you reach limit, your apps will let you know when there's new information waiting for you, but your tiles won't update. I can basically tell my data. I can basically say how much data I want for tile updates. I've just got it at 50 megabytes. You can have 50, 100, 200, 300, 400 or unlimited. And it says it's basically 0.0 megabytes of data use since the start of this month. Data will be reset next month. And obviously I've only had it for a month. Not even that. So that's basically what's that in settings. Now we have some more things we didn't recognise. And we have performance monitor, computer management, system information, and we can have these all add as tiles. So these are now all tiles on my computer. Right, that's just what you need. So I could drag these into a new sort of thing. I'm going to quickly show them how to do this in a minute, because there's something cool I like to show people about that. So we have performance monitor. So if we open up performance monitor, it's going to bring up a window, basically showing my performance, my memory, available megabytes, cache fault of seconds, network information, physical disk, processor information, physical disk, yeah, all sorts of different stuff there. Disk cleanup, disk defragment and optimize. So basically that's just help to optimize your computer. System information, services, Windows PowerShell, ISE, Windows PowerShell 86, Windows Firewall with advanced security administrative tools, and you can see they basically just do different things. I probably won't be using many of these. Event viewer, print management, system configure. There's all sorts of rubbish there. So we click back here, and we can see that this has basically been moved. So we could drag these out as another tile. So this is, say, one tile. That's another tile, and we can nickname that tile, name that group. So that's a group, that's a group, that's a group, and we can basically call them different groups. So for this group, I might call them system configuration, and everyday apps. But we've got also task scheduler, also needs to drop over there, and memory diagnostics, so I can also drag that over there. And we can basically move them around. To do that, you basically click that little button again, which I told you originally. It's in the corner, in the bottom right hand corner. It's basically got a magnifying glass and 4 dots. You click it, and you basically take it out to this menu, and you can basically just drag these apps around. So put them at the start, or at the back, or at the start again. And then we can click this button again and bring them all up. And to remove them, we just click here and click unpin from start, pin to taskbar, open a window, run as administrator, own file location, etc, etc, etc. I may do that. I don't know whether I'll be using these at all. You may have it, I don't know until I do it. Maybe enough apps to shove these out the road. That'd be handy. But I'll be talking a bit more about that in my review. So click back on this box again, we'll go back into this menu. And the next thing I'm going to look at is devices. So the only thing that's come up with devices at the moment is second screen. So I can, and this is basically like pressing start and P. Whether you can do that on here, I don't know. Yes, you can. So if you just press the start button and the P button together, you bring up this menu. You can have PC screen only, duplicate, extend, and second screen only. That's for basically people who have 2 screens. I don't, not yet anyway. So click out of that. Go back up here. Stop it. So click on here, go into here, and we have search, share, start, devices, settings. Click on start. And start will what will start do? Okay, so pressing the start button is exactly like pressing the start button on the Windows keyboard. So if we go into next again, we've got share. If we click share, start can't share, select an app and try again. If I just click on store, oh hang on. So you right click on store, click on share. So until we get in the list of apps, please try again later. Right, that's useful. I may try again later. And we can also search from here as well. So I'll talk about, okay, so here we go in the apps. So say for example I want to search for a specific app. If I'm looking for Excel, ECEL, maybe spell it right. So we can actually search for apps as well. So it will search for anything related to Excel. It's brought up one app, Microsoft Excel, no settings, and one file. I suspect that's, and you basically see it's got EXCL. Basically spelling excellent, but there we go. And here are some very quick apps that you can find. These are preloaded apps. They're all linked straight on there. So to do that, again, you're on the start menu, you click here, you go up and you click search. So you don't press anything, you just hover your mouse over and then scroll your mouse, then just move your mouse up to the search menu. But you can also do that, I believe, by heading into the all menu and I don't know all the hotkeys for this, I'm afraid. But basically, that button is basically everywhere you can go. So even when you're in here, in the all app section, that button's still there. And it's all over the computer. So that's basically that center there. And obviously under administrative tools now we've got all this information. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to remove that now. So to remove it, we just click start. Oh, I'm not even following my own device. Click it, go up and click settings, click show administrative tools, no. So just go out and it should delete them for me. Yes, good. Now help, rearranging tiles on start, finding things with search, adding apps, websites and more to start. I'll probably go over that a bit more later. Need more help? Learn the basics, getting started with Windows 8 and start, get support, visit the Windows website. There's some links all there for you. I may go over them later, but not now. So if we go into start button, up, if I just go into settings button. Also, this is basically where most of the cool things happen. And this is a bit like the Windows tray, which if I quickly show you, would be down here in Windows 7. This is basically, and it is still there in Windows 8, but this is basically like it in the Metro version. So if I click on here, you see the Wi-Fi's now got a new revamp. And we can basically see what networks we're connected to. So I'm connected to BT Hub 3, WNH5, again security WPA2, PSK, and I can also find out my type, 802.11n, native Wi-Fi default profile, BT Phone, BT Open Zone, BT Home Hub, and O2 Wireless 583704. So I can find out what's in my neighbourhood as well. Now, the new cool thing I like about this, I like it better than Windows 7. If I hover over the top and I click on it, it basically brings up this. It says estimated data usage, and it tells me that I've used 2.14 gigabytes since yesterday. I can also reset that, so I've used 0.1 megabytes since a moment ago. So that's actually quite helpful to me to certainly tell me how how much data I am using. And you can right click, you say show estimated data usage, show a non-metered connection, set as a non-metered connection, forget this network, turn sharing on or off, and view connection properties. So that'll bring up this information here. Look for wireless networks well connected to this network. Connecting this network is not broadcasting its name, and enable one WLAN connection settings. So you can do all that from here in security. Obviously, just like to say to do that, basically, you just need to right click on top of that tile. So in the here, you just basically right click, and it brings forward this information. And basically, we'll warn you. Open zone, which is obviously open. It's an obviously open zone, or even fine. You can click on it, and it will say other people may be able to see info you send over this network. It basically warns you. And you can see there's a little warning type here. Obviously, because they are unsecured networks, as you can see from the white box above me here. Because FON and Open Zone are unsecured networks. I will be doing a video about that, about FON and everything, when I get round to it. So basically, that is everything about Metro. So go back into here. We're not finished yet. We can turn up the sound. And can you have a scroller, a little bit more of a revamp. If you're on a laptop, this will normally be able to change, but I'm not. I'm on a desktop, and I don't really want to change my screen brightness anyway. I can turn notifications on and off just by clicking, and if I click the power here, we can sleep, shut down, and restart. This is how you shut down, restart, and sleep, people. But there is another way to do it. I will show you in a minute. And you can set your keyboard. I'm using ENG English United Kingdom keyboard. You can have ENG English United States US keyboard, and you can all do that from here. I may have a flick around these when I'll do a bit of a video on them. Probably I'll cover them later. Basically, I've gone over most of the Metro side of things. I will be going into Aero when I get back, because the Aero have been sort of revamped a bit. This is quite stressful to do this video. It really is. Because there's so many new options to it. But basically that is sort of the bases of Metro covered, which is good, which is always good. Yeah, I think I can finish my video here. Not the full video, but basically just where I'm doing the Metro side of things. Certainly, I'll probably cut that a little bit off, but it just makes life so much easier. So we're going to cover the Aero next, which is all this part, etc, etc. But I'm going to cover that now. I'm going to go for a little break. Hello and welcome to my video. Hello and welcome to my video. Sorry about that. My microphone was way up above. You should be still watching the video, but obviously I've just stopped for a day. I'm back now the day after. Hopefully I'm going to get it finished today. Whether I do, I don't know. But I'm going to be quickly talking about the Aero. So as you can see in front of you, you have the classic Windows, the actual classic screen. So this is the screen that you've seen for generations and generations and generations of Windows. But some features have changed, so let's have a quick look what features have changed and what features are the same. So over to this side of the screen, we have the same sorts of things that come standard. In Windows 7, Windows 8, whatever, they all come standard here, i.e. recycle bin. And anything else which is on your start screen, again, it's just on here. That hasn't changed. i.e. Clearfight, obviously I got that because I've got an Acer. People without an Acer wouldn't be getting that, but that is on there. People can have a look at that. And basically all your apps are still there, as they would be on a normal desktop PC. So on Windows 7, all your apps would be like this, and obviously it's the same now in Windows 8. We have here, well, you should be able to see in my notes. This one's just going to be blacked out because I've just got whether that one blacked out, I don't know. I don't think it should be. So here's the things that basically I put on here just to take notes of. So that's quite nice. And over here we have our gadgets again. So again, you can move your gadgets around. Say for example, I want to put that there, move that over there, put that there, put that there. That's basically everything here. And you can obviously right click and get your gadgets up from this menu. Nothing's changed there. You can just drag your gadgets in to the thing, and to basically get rid of the gadgets, you can bring this menu up, click options and then close. You can do all that from here. You can change the options for an app, for a gadget even. You can send here to all the different information. So that's basically the same as it was in Windows 7. So if you know how to use the gadgets in Windows, you'll know how to use the gadgets here in Windows 8. So it's just the same principle. My gadgets have just closed due to a technical problem. Just give me a minute, guys. There we go. So they've just closed. You can just press gadgets, they should come back. Yeah, here they come. So there we go. That's basically the gadgets for you. Underneath here we have Windows 8 constant preview. Basically just tells you that I am using constant preview. Obviously Windows 8 haven't been launched yet. Before I click, we get all the same options: view, large, medium, small icons, auto range icons, align icons to grid, show desktop items, show desktop gadgets, sort by name, size, item type, date modified, refresh, paste, paste shortcut, paste folder synchronization, new, screen resolution, gadgets and personalize. And again, these haven't changed in personalize. These haven't changed. Again, it's just the same, it's all the same. You can basically just click here, bring up the contrast themes, aero themes, my themes, installed themes. You can change your screensaver, you can change your sounds. I don't think the sounds have been changed, no. You can change all the sounds, there's a random one, all different sounds. So if I just say, for example, garden, instead of having, hang on, this is Windows default. So for example, when you open a program, you should hear, well, none. Say for example you have beep, you hear that. So we're going to change that. Say for example we have it to garden. You can change it calligraphy. I just like it on Windows sounds though, but you can. But basically you can just try that. And you can have a bit of fun playing with that. So there's some sounds, you can change Windows borders and taskbars. So you can change all the taskbars if you want to, red. I just have it as nice and clear, but you can change it. Whatever colour you want. I might have it on dark blue, orange. I'll have it on the red actually. Colour and you can obviously change up the colour intensity as well. So you can do all that from there. And you can change your screensaver. So that's all done again from Windows 8, just as you would do in Windows 7. Down here we have the tool tray. Again, nothing different from Windows 8. You have your time, date, your keyboard settings, sound, internet. But when you click on these things, they bring up these again. So they're just the same as I showed you in the Metro. It will just bring up the Metro version. But there is something new. There is this new funky touchscreen on-screen keyboard, and it's quite nice. And also they've got all the smiley features built in, which is quite nice. But you've got just the C mark, the R mark, different smiley things, food, party things, and you can do all that from here as well. You just press, and you can also touch, so you can actually write in if you have a touchscreen keyboard. Oh, go back. I want to go back. So if I just type in, hang on, let me just get my pen out. See if I can write hello. Oh, hang on. Well, sort of. Hey, hello, at O. Hang on. L-L-O. Not hotel. Hello. Didn't quite write big. Hello. At Hono11 hello. Oh well, sort of. It's not the best. So let's change it back. You can have all your number keyboards up and all your characters. Splitting, joining, deleting, correcting. You can do that in there. Say micro, so you can say, for example, you make a word micro, and then on another word we have soft. So it looks and it should automatically join together. But we can also have it as correcting. So for example, my Microsoft, and that does it together, and we can join them up, and we can change specific words. You can do all that by pressing this funny button up here. If I go back to the on-screen keyboard, how do I go back to the on-screen keyboard? You basically press this button down here where it says your ENG, and you can press your on-screen keyboard. So you've got your classic on-screen keyboard. You have your on-screen keyboard with numbers, and basically they're split together. You can press this button here to change the size, small, medium or large. You can go here and have it as, and you can basically hide it. You can also have it, so I'm just going to set it back to that. So basically that's the on-screen keyboard, that's what that looks like. But the cool thing is you can do all these smileys from here, food, transport, weather, smileys, you can do all that from that app. You basically just click on that. So yeah, you can bring that up. You just press this button here, you can bring all that information up. So here we have classic keyboard, split keyboard, writing and close. And then once you're in the writing, you can put your tab, enter, space, left and right button, go away, and you can also have, if you press this funny button up here, you've got all your correcting, deleting, splitting and joining. You can do all that from this app here. But I'm just going to set it back to the classic keyboard, which looks like that. Close that back down again. So it can be helpful if you want smileys. It's easier than doing a keyboard things. It's already built in to Windows 8, which is quite nice. This bar down here hasn't changed, obviously, just apart from that, and obviously the start button's gone. Again, you pin to taskbar like this. The only thing I'm going to delete right here, right now in front of the camera, is Internet Explorer. Unpin this program from my taskbar. I hate Internet Explorer, but I'll be doing a bit more about that in my review. Okay, so that's basically Metro, but let's just kick up Documents, because there has been some slight changes in the Documents app. As you can see, automatically, straight away, the top bar from here around this part has now been changed a lot. You've now got a lot more options from this. And obviously, I can't go for them all, but you can bring up your history. You can copy, you can paste, you can cut, you can copy back from paste shortcut by selecting things. You can copy to delete, rename, easy item, properties, open, history, select all, invert selection. There's lots. You then got a share app. You can burn to disk, print, fax, zip, email. Just put it onto your home group. Stop the sharing. You can view. You can bring up all the options for your navigation pane, preview pane, and there's two different panes. You can have this pane and this pane. You can bring up them. You have your medium icons, titles, list, titles, small icon details. You can select all the different tiles and what you want them to look like. Sort by, group by, add columns, size all columns to fit. Image file names, file name extensions, hidden items, hide select items, options, manage. You then got manage library, set save location, optimize library for, and you've got a load of options. General items, documents, means you can actually optimize the library for that option. So if I set for my pictures, it's optimized for pictures. My documents is optimized for documents, and if I just select the two, it just it can do that. You can restore your settings. You've then got picture tools. You can do a set of slicer, set of background, play to, rotate left, rotate right. You can do that all from here. There is lots of options on here now, guys. You can undo, redo, delete, properties, folder, rename, show button, ribbon, minimum the ribbon. There wasn't this many options in Windows 7. Now it's just Windows have gone crazy with options. Really, I mean, there's things down here you can change. So you can have it as in this, or you can press this and have it as in the list. There's so many options. You can tell it if it's shared. You can tell it how many locations it contains, too. You can tell how many items it's changed. Windows has gone crazy on options. You can bring up picture properties. There's so many options, guys. So many. There's an option for just about anything here. I bet there's even an option to walk my dogs somewhere. There really is. There's lots of options here, guys. I can promise people, if you're new to Windows 8, you're going to have a hard time finding what you're looking for. But I'm going to be covering more of that in my review. I think that'll just take me, I think this will take me another hour, literally just to go for all these properties. But, I mean, you can place a new item, you can say you want a new publisher document, it'll even open publisher for you. Oh, dear. Okay, guys. For anybody who's new to Windows 8, you're going to have problems. But, guys, you can, oh, that's something easy. Copy path. Oh, that'll make things so simple. That'd be amazing. That is one thing I want. That is one thing I want. Copy path. Copy path basically allows me to click on something and then click this copy path and stick it somewhere, just so I can know where it is. It's basically a path to that file. I think most of you already know what that is. but I can't go through all of them really, guys. It will take me for ages. But and they've bumped it down, guys. So if you want your standard options like rename, new folder, copy to, you want to go into home, share if you want to obviously share it, view to change all your options, basically here, and basically see what you're looking at. Manage if you obviously want to manage your library, and pictures if you want to manage your pictures. That is basically, I think, it for Metro. I'm just gonna for Aero. I'm going to quickly do a couple of things more on Metro just after this. Obviously, I'm going now, guys, and I'll do this tomorrow. Hopefully, finish the video off. Okay, guys, let me just finish the last part of my video. The part that I was going to do, I didn't. So I'm going to quickly finish the video off. It shouldn't take no more than a couple of minutes. But the video I'm going to show you, if you basically hover your mouse where the start menu would be, you should get a box that says start. If you click on that, it'll take you to the start menu. But if you scroll up, it'll show you any open Metro apps. And the easiest way to, I think the easiest way to close Metro app down. To close the Metro app down, you basically right click and click close, and it will close the Metro app down. Also, if you hover to the bottom of this screen, you should see over here next to the clock and date. And you push up with your mouse, you also get the menus which I showed you in Metro. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I'm going to finish the video now. Please like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Dan88891. Like me on Twitter, twitter.com/Dan88891, and my Google Plus, which is down here, gplus.to/Dan88891. Subscribe to me, comment down below on what you thought of this video, what you think of Windows 8, and also if there's anything you want me to cover in Windows 8, if you just leave me a message down below, I'll do my best to cover it. And also is there anything I missed in this video? Apart from that, I don't think. Obviously, subscribe to me, like me, rate this video as well, comment down below. And if you've watched the entire video, the word of the day is camera. If you just leave that down below, I'll tell you if you've watched the entire video. Also, share this with your family and friends, so get the word out and give people an in-depth review on Windows 8. Thanks for watching.